Hello, I'm Piotr Lewandowski. I'm Polish-German film director. My film Jonathan is running this year at the Berlinale in section Panorama. It's about a young person, young man, Jonathan, who is taking care of his very sick father, and he has to deal with a lot of issues, with a lot of secrets that he did not know about. And I don't want to really reveal too much, but I hope you just enjoy the film as soon as you can see it. Thank you.
Wie geht's dir? Bin gerade ein bisschen mit Sterben beschäftigt. Ich muss mich hinsetzen. Das ist Ron. Das ist mein Sohn Jonathan.
Ron, ja?
Ja?
Welcome to the Berlinale.
Thank you.
Teddy Awards.
Thank
you
you.
had your official premiere last night, yesterday. How did it go? How were the reactions with the people, the audience?
I hope good. You should ask them, not me.
What did
I
you
hope.
feel? You probably went there?
Yes, of course.
Read
I
a
was
Q&A.
watching them instead of film. You know, some of the people were wondering what I'm doing because I was looking into the direction public people and not
the
screen because I wanted to see, is it working? Is it working? Are you happy? So that
But
was
you're a
very.
brave director. I know some directors that would never go to the premiere even. They just like.
I had
hide
to.
or
It
something,
was
yeah.
terrifying. I was petrified, but I had to do it. I had to. But I'll probably won't do it again. But yes, I was very curious about the reactions because this is the first time that the public is going to see the film, and I didn't do it for myself. I did it for people. So yes, of course I had to watch
What
them.
what kind of conversations did you have? Did people approach you? Did they talk to you?
Well, a lot of people
cried.
cried, but did not feel depressed. They said they opened their minds. That was beautiful to hear that kind of statements, and said that it changed their point of view. Some of them said, "Love is love, no matter to whom it is, directed," and that was so beautiful. I think this was one of the most beautiful statements I've heard yesterday. So I think I achieved something with the film. I hope so.
So let's go to the actual film and talk a little bit about it, the content and the beautiful setup. We're taken to like a sort of like farm life in northern Germany, I think. If so.
Though it's not important where. I
not
wanted
really
to.
important,
No,
right?
I wanted
Yeah.
to make it very.
It's art like agricultural
open.
life.
Yes.
Today though, it's happening like in the present time. And we're actually, maybe you want to talk about the protagonist a little bit first. Like, who is that person and what world does he introduce to us?
He's a young person who's not able to live his life. Very simple. He's 20-something, 24, and his best friend is going to Berlin to live life.
Very key scene at the beginning. I remember too.
Yeah, he's
believes that world. Right?
Yes, and he has to take care of his father who's dying. He has to take care of his aunt who's a drinker, and of the farm. So he's got a lot of stuff on his shoulder that he has to take care of. And he's very brave. I'm not that brave, I'm just making. He's very brave, and you could see that tension, because he's carrying that tension with him the whole time from the beginning. But
His mother died at a very early age.
Yes, and he feels like from the beginning of the film, you see that there is something. He feels that there's something wrong with the death, that there's some kind of mystery, some kind of unclear thing going on in the family, but nobody really talks about it. So it's very lots of stuff that he has to deal with.
And how were you inspired? Because I have the German side of my family is also coming from this like farm life, and I was watching the film and I was like, wow, this is reminding me of so many like family dynamics and this family structure, especially like in this agricultural setting where so many generations often live in one place. A lot of repression is happening. It's very German too. You're not German. I mean, how did you?
I don't know.
How did you find that story?
Well, the story is very autobiographical.
Autobiographical. Yeah.
Will you cut it? You will cut it away, right?
No.
Really not? No!
No.
No! Okay, so I did experience some stuff. Oh no, everybody's laughing. That's not good.
Okay, no, we have to laugh too, you know. And there's humor and sadness in this story.
That's true. Which is
keep
part
the
of life.
laughter
This is very authentic. I was trying to be as authentic as possible. You know, everything I say in this film it's got something to do with me. You know, it's not just out of the blue. It's really, I know what I'm talking about. I grew up on a farm. I experienced all the things that you see in the film. So I was trying to be as accurate and authentic as possible. Are you not really going to edit that?
No, we're going to leave it like it is. Like life is. You know, you can't edit life all the time. You know,
of course you can. It's show business.
We wish we could.
Yeah. It's a tragical story, of course, but I was trying, as you said, you know, to combine it with a little bit of humor because I think it's extremely important, you know. Like life, you know, there's some beauty in it and some drama, and it's mixing, you know, all the time, and this is part of our life. So yeah.
So how did you communicate this entire setup and the general feel of the film to your actors? You know, how did you introduce them to this world or universe?
Well, we spent some time on the farm and we talked a lot about it, and I knew what I was talking about. We had some conversations also about, you know, they trained to talk to animals and touch them. It was very, very nice atmosphere and all felt so natural. And I think it went so well because they loved the book, you know, they loved the script very much and they trusted me a lot, which was probably the most important thing for me because they opened not their hearts but everything, you know, the feelings. They gave everything for the film, you know, and I so appreciate that because the story is difficult, the story is very intense, you know, the story is shaking you down and, you know, makes you sad and happy and sad again. It's very intense. So I loved the fact that they trusted me, you know, and I think we did a nice piece of work. I hope so.
What do you think, how do you see this entire, like, repression of this father's sexuality not living, you know, until a certain point, until the very end of his life?
Tragic, of course, tragic, but so I did a big research and I've talked to so many people, really sad people who were not able, had not enough energy and I don't know, strength to came out to be themselves because of religion, because of the cultural environment, because of so many things, and they suffered so badly. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic that something like that still is happening.
So you talked to actual people, like, did you research people?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that?
I cannot tell you that, but I did a big research about it, yes. I talked to many people. I have to protect my sources, of course, but because some of them still live a lie, and very little came out, very little. They had not enough strength, and some, and this is based on it's based on a true story. One person did broke because emotionally broke down because of that. Could not deal with it anymore, and it's a tragic story actually. And it touched me, it moved me so much, and I said I have to talk about it because it's not okay that we don't talk about certain things like that in 2016. You know, it's just or 15. So yeah.
What are the dreams or like aspirations of your protagonist? Like, what are the underlying motives?
What do you think?
That's a really good question. Like finding truth, you know, and really also believing in your instincts.
Yes.
You know, when you grow up in such a family structure where so many lies are being sold as truth, you know, and as reality. You know, and there's only, as a young person, there's basically only the instinct you have. There's nothing else because experience has told you so many different things that you, like you said, you have to be very bold and brave to stand up against, you know, against your family, which is like power. It's like the entire power, you know, and really believe in yourself. So that was something for me. And he was also, but in a way, he was also a very free guy who also, in a certain way, didn't have any problems with his dad being gay.
That's not the problem. No.
Not the problem at all.
No. It's a different problem that he had. Yeah, there you have it. So that's perfect. You know, I don't have to add anything to it. No, I think that Jonathan doesn't have a problem of his father being a gay. It's just the lie that he was living in. This is the problem. Not being honest to each other, and this is the issue I was trying to talk about. Try to be yourself, not pretend. Be honest. It's so much easier.
How did you have like struggles with not being too moralistic about it, or like how did you want to convey that?
I never thought about that, I wanted to make a film that would interest me, and I wanted to be as authentic as possible, really. That was my goal, I would say.
And how do you like the final product? Can you even watch it as a, because I feel like as a director you are like, everything is so fragmented and it's just difficult to see the entire picture.
It's very difficult for me to say it, to see it, to judge it, it's too much. I've seen it too many times. I think I hope it's normal that on this stage. I think the problem was that I worked, in the past 3 years, I worked so intense on the film that I had no break, so I'm not objective enough. But of course, it's my baby, so I love it, and I want the best for it, Yeah. But I'm just curious how people react to it, because as I said in the beginning, I'm not doing that for me. I'm doing that for the viewers, of course.
I have one more question, because I think it's really important. I think Anka who hosted the sort of opening gala, she was making like a really nice ironic hint at the fact that German cinema is in an intense crisis right now, and I think so too. I really think so. You work in the industry in German cinema. What do you think about it?
It's a little bit of truth there.
Yeah, I think so. And I think like you said,
you have to
face it and show it and talk about it.
Yeah,
and because compared, you have so many resources and so much money in a way, But in the end, there's the products that come out are really not representing society, or like the struggles or whatever. What's going on?
It's a very complex subject, actually, and I cannot answer that in one question. I think there are many issues that has to be solved and changed. I think there are so many amazing filmmakers in Germany. What's really cool is that I worked. We are all Germans, but we are not real Germans. We had people from all over the globe, really, collaborating in this project, and you could see it, you can feel it, you can smell it almost. And you have to fight for it, you have to fight for everything, and as many people you have, as many different comments you have about, the whole entire process. And I think this is the main issue, that there are so many people that can comment your work and criticize it, and you have to adjust. And this adjusting is extremely dangerous, and I think this is the biggest problem,
With the funding system too, you really have to compromise too much.
Yeah, of course. I was lucky because, as I said before, we won awards for the screenplay, so it helped us, or helped our founders to believe that the film is good. The script is going to be the script is good, and the film might have a chance. So that helped us a lot. So I didn't have such a huge struggle, like I normally do. So this time was a little bit different, but yet it's 3 years of very, very hard work, and I don't know, 2 years of preparation. And
do you see yourself producing, or like not really producing, directing more films in the future here in Germany? Or?
Of course, I think we have amazing people, here. We have the tools, we have the stories. We just need a little bit more freedom, I think, as a maker and filmmaker. We just need a little bit more. There must be more trust in us, and young filmmakers, because there are amazing people, and we have those talents. If we don't use them now, they will go away. They will go somewhere away, and I don't think we want to do that.